My intuition is telling me there'll be better days.
Alright, we're going to be doing 3 different types of brows. So, why I chose to do a brow video when I have a big zit on one of my brows, only God knows. But, so the first brow I'm going to be doing, and this is the most natural of the 3. This is what I'll do if I'm like running late for work, or usually just what I wear for work in general. And it's where you want to look like, you know, you have some brows, but you want it to look very natural. And it's not going to be very defined. And I'm going to use some sort of brow gel. So I'll be using the BROWGAL, the Instant Tinted Brow Gel with Microfibers, and this is in brown too. So most of them have a similar sort of applicator, just a very little tiny spoolie. So what I'll do is, first I'll just start like I'm kind of combing my brows. I'll start in the front and brush upwards with it. You guys like that big zit right there? After I get some down, I'm going to take the tip of it and just kind of outline the natural shape of my brows. And then I'm going to go back in, going up like I'm brushing it. And then I'm going to slowly work my way towards the middle. Now when I get to the arch, I'm just kind of going to drag it down to the tail. And then I will turn it to the side and use the tip of the applicator to kind of fill the rest of that area in. Now as you can see, this creates like a very like natural kind of like fluffy brow, but it, you know, even though it takes like 2 minutes, not even, it makes such a huge difference compared to, you know, not doing anything. And if you want something like even more dramatic, you could use the like Anastasia Dip Brow Gel, and this is going to give you a more intense brow for sure. But it's the same principle when it comes to applying it. I just start in the front and like a little of this goes a long way. Then when I get to there, I just kind of swipe to the tail. And that looks like I just used the dip brow. Like, it's crazy. So this is the first brow. Okay, so for the second type of brow, I'm going to be using a brow pencil. So I'm going to be using this Fenty Beauty Ultra Fine Brow Pencil and Styler Brow MVP, and this is in light brown. So I usually use the pencil when I want my brows like to look good and like be, you know, like precise and have a very defined shape, but I don't want them to be like too crazy. So what I do first is I kind of map my brows out. I'll take my brow pencil, I'll put it on the side of my nose, and then I'll go up and I'll mark the front of my brow. Then I take it and I go like through my pupil and then mark there, and then I go to the edge of my eye and then I mark my tail, and then I just kind of connect the dots.
In the court, man, he was hiding in the comment. Hey, your honor, is you get it? How you sit above me? Are you perfect, motherfucker? How you finna judge me? When you home, you don't cuss, drink, and puff like us. These cops is bad boys, baby, just like Puff. They hate their jobs and their days be fucked up like us. At the end of the day, you niggas just like us. You niggas just like us. Yeah. I don't know where we're gonna fly.
I love this brush. So now when I use a pencil, I am going to go in with like a concealer, or I really like using this NYX Wonder Pencil, and just cleaning it up. So I will go underneath and make sure that it is like very precise and not messy. Pencil, I'll usually use a brow gel as like a finishing step, but I will wait until I'm done the rest of my makeup. I don't want to do, and if I'm using like just a brow gel, I will wait to do my brows last, because if you put a brow gel down before you use a whole bunch of powders, like the powder can cling to your brows and we don't want that. So and then like when I do just the brow gel, I usually won't, clean it up, because we don't want it to be looking like too perfect. We want it to be a more like fluffy, natural brow. So these are the first two. And now we're going to go into the dramatic on fleek brows. Okay, so for the very dramatic brows, we are going to be using a brow pomade. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow, and this is in Soft Brown. A really good drugstore brow pomade is the Milani Stay Put Brow Color, or ColourPop has a really good one as well. So now we're going to use some sort of brush. I'm actually using this Milani brush that came with the brow pomade, and you can map it out like we did with the pencil, or you can use like some sort of like brow stencil. I love these Urban Decay brow guides, because I don't have to worry about like using a concealer afterwards to clean it up. Like, it's just perfect. So I'm going to be using the Holy Grail. And so then I'm just going to go in with my brow pomade. I start out at the bottom, and I just kind of outline it first. And then I like work towards the middle back. And we're just like going to the side with this. Long strokes. Now once we get to the front, we're gonna turn our brush to the side vertically, and we're gonna make little tiny brush marks upwards. And then we will brush it all out with the spoolie. And then, ta-da! So yeah, that is the number 3 way to, or the 3rd way to get brows. And these are obviously the most dramatic. This is the most dramatic version of it. Alright guys, so I'm going to go finish the rest of my makeup. I hope that this helped you somewhat, and yeah, if you have any questions about brows or any types of videos you would like to see from me, let me know down in the comments below. I love hearing your recommendations. Alright, I love you guys. I will see you next time. Bye.